Welcome back to the third and final game today as Team Spirit take on Virtus.pro. And yet again, it's the story of Team Spirit, the slumbering beast, lethargic and slow to get ready. Game 1 was great from VP, but now you've woken up the dragon in the lair and you're staring down the throat of the beast.
Yeah, they certainly came back swinging in game 2 here. Game 1, it was VP just dominating, making every single move, and Team Spirit just stood there not really knowing what to do. But in game 2 here, their draft looked phenomenal. Their laning stage was clean. They played active. They joined the side lanes early with a rotation you pointed out from the Bloodseeker, going down to shut down the Bloodseeker, shove him into a jungle, clear his tower, take the map, play the map, and they played the field in a really, really great way. So no matter if there was a TB brewing who was getting stronger by the minute, they still stayed ahead of him in net worth the entire game with both Pango and Bloodseeker, and even the Primal Beast was kind of keeping up with the TB towards the end there. So I think Team Spirit definitely had a good showing here, but this only lines up for a fantastic game 3, right? Garrett,
Yeah.
after game 1, dominant.
Let's go the distance now.
Yeah, now it has to be like the fantastic finish.
Stomp into close fought battle. Honestly, game 2 for me was kind of amazing how Collapse had his entire hero pool banned or like counterpicked and still comes out with a Primal Beast that looks like the best hero in the game anyway.
Yeah, not his entire hero pool. He loves playing that Primal Beast as well. I mean, it's a bit of a trademark for him as well, the double boot strat that he does on it. Done it so many times. So yeah, he was still pretty happy, but we'll head into a draft here and see what the players are gonna end up with in the third and final game here, as it is VP who have the first pick going into this. First phase picks have been quite important in how the game plays out. I really loved what Team Spirit did in the last game with the Bloodseeker reaction there to the Beastmaster, just making it difficult for him to play the game.
Yeah, it was a good call. A good pick from Spirit. I mean, also thinking about, FNG and his hero pool, Silencer looked very good. He's always been great on these heroes like Undying that can control and dominate a lane. Enchantress, first couple of minutes looked decent, but as that game progressed and things slipped out of his hands, definitely seemed like a lost cause.
Yeah, he just doesn't stand up well if the enemy has mid heroes that can burst really hard. Even the post 5 of Oracle does a lot of damage to a poor little Eng. So I think it was just a bit of a hero mismatch up there, but we'll see. VP here in the first phase ban out the Spirit Breaker and the Undying. Pretty familiar faces. Doom get banned out as well by Team Spirit.
And probably the Medusa again. Expect that. Yeah, Lal also got his signature Pango, something he's been very, very adept with. And Techie's going to be the first pick for VP. So that's the change up, right? Not going first pick Beastmaster, taking the Techies, but now Team Spirit have all these double pick options.
They do. Gives them a bit of options, what they want to go for here. Obviously, we still have the Pugna Storm, something that was mentioned before about, these teams haven't really prioritized it that hard. They don't ban any of it in the first phase, and even when they picked the Pugna before there, they slipped the Storm and it was banned in the second phase, instead of just prioritizing the 1-2 combo in the first phase, as we have seen in some other matchups. We'll see what Team Spirit want to do here, though. I do like having Pugna against Techies.
And there he is. With the Storm!
Straight into it. Yeah, I mean, that is the gas station combo right there. Pugna, full service, please. I want my Storm topped off to max mana.
And this feels a bit better now, adapting from the second game, sorry. Now you can pick your Beastmaster and have some coverage, right? You want to see the Bloodseeker banned?
It's gonna be banned 100% here. There's no way they slip the Bloodseeker again, as it was picked, of course, in the first phase last game. But yeah, I think VP, when they have a chance to ban the Bloodseeker, definitely gonna take it. Maybe they'll even consider something like maybe Monkey King, Slarks, the problematic heroes to deal with in laning stage. Heroes that can sustain as well against the Techies Beast Harass, because it is very potent. They do a lot of damage. It's just Bloodseeker does not care, and he kept building those stick charges and then just dominated the lane while healing up from his thirst.
10 seconds remaining.
So if that's what VP are looking at, what do you expect Team Spirit to be banning?
5 seconds remaining.
Probably gonna try and get rid of some of the storm counters that we can expect here. The Disruptor, Silencer, they go for Silencer first phase, and maybe some mid matchup that you don't really want to have for the Storm. I haven't actually seen too many people go for like a sneaky hard counter in lane, you know, pick something like a Huskar or something for a laning stage to make it difficult for Storm.
10 seconds remaining.
I think now, with side lanes being so heavily invested in
5
their own
seconds
lanes,
remaining.
you can go for some cheesy 1v1 mids where you just dominate the lane
Spirits,
and not
turn
be
to
punished too
ban.
hard for it.
Okay. We'll see what they do. And Morphling just a mainstay in these bans against Team Spirit. Not wanting Yatoro to have one of his key heroes.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, definitely.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Morphling is just another annoying hero. Too much way of healing up. It's the same thing. You know, like Morphling is also a sustainable hero by just morphing all down to Agi and then back up to strength a little bit. He can mitigate a lot of the harassment from Beast and Techies, and his damage is way too high. Team Spirit, they're gonna ban up the Pango, so they don't want to match that into their Storm.
Right, it does give you a lot of early team fight.
10 seconds
Techies,
remaining.
Pango, Beastmaster. There's so much chaos in the fights there with roars,
5
blast
seconds
offs,
remaining.
and that rolling thunder.
Yeah, still have some interesting heroes available here, as Terrorblade still not made it into the ban mix here. Could be an interesting hero for VP to go for when they have the Beastmaster themselves, but you can also
Team Spirits,
consider
turn
going
to
for it
ban.
if you're Team Spirit. So they're gonna ban it out. TB gets removed.
Yeah, imagine you let TB through there and Team Spirit have Pugna Storm, Kotl, TB.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh god, my maniacal laughter isn't enjoyment. I would be
10
afraid of that.
seconds remaining.
That would be pretty annoying to deal with an early game for
5
sure. I think it
seconds
could
remaining.
suffer some issues of having 3 heroes with no stun.
Yeah,
You rely
no
heavily
team
on the
fight.
Storm, but it would be super obnoxious in the early game, and Storm would be overflowing with mana from a Kotl and a Pugna.
Yeah, meme game. It's just a meme game, guys.
Yeah, no memes here. This is now essentially a best of 1 to see who gets the W here in the DPC between these two teams, VP and Team Spirit, 2 of the contenders for the top placement here.
Yeah, serious
Team
business.
Spirits,
Get rid of the
turn
Void
to
Spirit.
pick.
That does leave in Squadix's Ember as potential pick there. And Team Spirit, they've got to have this individual pick first. Show a little bit of their hand. And usually, like we've been saying, this is your secondary support that gets grabbed. Do you have any other ideas?
No, I think it's just going to be try and show a support hero something that doesn't give away too much information, do a waiting move, and then see what VP are going to play, because that's where you can really access a lot of information. So not sure what exactly Team Spirit feel the most comfortable. Again, Pugna and Storm are heroes that can work with anything. They go Sky, good burst into the grab now from Storm, and Kotl gets grabbed up by VP very quickly.
Yeah.
I love this
Kotl
Ember. Ember against Pugna, Storm, and Sky. That's a lot of good heroes to slide onto. Sky and Pugna have no armor at all. You can just slide through them. And Storm is a good matchup for the Ember
10
as well.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, pretty solid all round.
5
Gives them-
seconds
It's a
remaining.
bit curious that they take the Keeper of Light when they already have techies, though. I feel like the fit is not perfect, perhaps.
Okay, so there's then a Techies 5. Like, do you want your Kotl Beastmaster to be laning together, or?
It's a big question here. I think it's going to be a 5 Kotl, is what I expect. Techies could do the job on the safe lane as well, being the 5. He can harass quite a bit. But usually we see him paired up with the Beastmaster. That slow is really nice. So it's a little bit awkward. Depends what they want to have as a safe laner now together with the Keeper of Light. But Kotl doesn't really do a great job protecting. However, it does tell me VP want to play heavily for stacks. When you have Beastmaster and Keeper of Light, they're going to be stacking up the jungle and trying to farm a lot.
This is where Team Spirit whack out the Huskar and put Storm safe lane and say,
Yeah.
screw you, Ember Spirit.
Ember does get absolutely demolished by it. I remember casting the last tour, I think, of the NA DPC, and how Ember mid was just first phase picked every single game, and I didn't understand it. I was like, you can just last pick counter that with a Huskar, and he gets absolutely destroyed, and it went unpunished so many times. But it's going to be Yatoro on his Juggernaut,
10
his
seconds remaining.
infamous Juggernaut, and made the hero popular again here in the current patch.
5
Has had
seconds
a
remaining.
tremendous win rate on it.
And collapses hero till the very end, saving that option. So we're going to see a couple of bans targeted his way.
They don't really have great heroes for the Jugger, by the way. I mean, yeah, Beastmaster Roar is good, but we talked about how Ember Spirit is not good against Juggernaut before earlier today. And this could be another game where there's a lot of pressure in the carry-to-carry matchup to kill that Juggernaut. I think you need something like, I don't know, Ursa maybe, on the side of VP, some hero that has good burst damage. We'll see what Spirit ban out.
5 seconds remaining.
And it's like especially compounded when you're against a Scarth Mage. That Ancient Seal screws you up pretty badly as the Ember.
Yeah, they ban the Monkey King first. CK is another hero that we could see. Could be decent for VP, and like a CK Coddle lane could work on the safe lane. And he does have the potential to burst the Juggernaut as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they had that in game... Oh, I guess it wasn't lane together, but they had the CK Coddle in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as the game dragged out, you had the Chakra Magic on there. CK and the Void Spirit.
Yeah, more often
you
used
don't just
on
want
Void.
You don't just want one hero that you're chakraing. You want options.
Yeah, true,
Chakra
true.
Beastmaster for stacks, Chakra Ember for mid game.
Yeah, some mana starved heroes in your team you can just pass over. I mean, even just having Techies in Coddle, sometimes you run out of mana on Techies. Coddle can fix that up for you. I mean, he doesn't have one hard duty in this game because he's not playing together with Storm Spirit. If you're with Storm, he's gonna be like, I want all the manas. But now he can give a little bit here and there. The double Sleight of Fist could be really big in this game, by the way. The Keeper of the Light chakraing the Ember immediately and double Sleight of Fist onto a Skyra. We can see him disappear.
Sure could. I'm taking their sweet time over this. There's so many collapse heroes still out there. And Magnus comes to my mind. But that Primal Beast from game 2 probably haunting VP a little bit.
I think Primal Beast, yeah, probably scares them a bit, but Magnus has to be the ban. I don't see in what world Magnus isn't the ban. Magnus plus Storm combo, you get Aghanims late game on Storm, you have double, basically, effectively RP, and then you have Juggernaut with Empower. It just seems so potent here for what they want to do. They ban out the Primal Beast.
I told you that it's haunting them.
They're in their head.
I mean, that's something I would do. You know, it got us game 2. Get rid of it. But yeah, like you're saying, Magnus, the more predominant pick, probably going to come out from Team Spirit. But VP have that pick first.
They also have the option of going for something like Axe here. They have Skywrath Mage, right? So having some low cooldown version of the RP that you can repeatedly combo with Skywrath ulti is also pretty nice. They didn't ban it out. Let's see what they go for a carry here. CK.
Yeah, you called for it. Here it comes.
Yeah, makes sense. That was pretty expected. I'd say it's a clean Magnus game. Get Empower. You can deal with all the illusions on CK by empowering up your Juggernaut. You get a lot of lockdown AoE control.
10 seconds remaining.
Not saying VP's draft looks weak, but I think Team Spirit are in a better spot here.
5 seconds remaining.
That Pugna Storm has a lot of value in my book.
I mean, if it is the Magnus, both of these teams are going to be very, very reliant, or at least predominantly looking for stacks of Ancient camps. We might have one of these situations where, you know, contesting Ancients, going in with smokes, trying to steal them out with the axes, and this Ember Spirit could come into play.
Yeah.
And equally on the other side, the Magnus and the Jug.
Maybe Axe is better than Magnus because they don't have that great stuff to kill him. Tickle Magnus. Okay. Well, ultimately that's the hero they end up with. I think the mid and late game value of having Empower here for Juggernaut is just wild. I also think you still go for Battle Fury even though you have Magnus and you just have extra AoE for later on. You're not going to be sad that you have too much cleave when you're playing against a CK and a Beastmaster.
Yeah, more cleave, please. And the way it looks, yeah, FNG taking the techies there. We'll see if they swap their lanes around or if that's going to be the 5 techies and position for Kotal. Everything pretty standard for Team Spirit, it looks like. Poshka Pugna, Mira, Scarth Mage, offering a lot of early magic damage in the lane. These two range supports, probably the two that would go along with Undying in my books in terms of lane pressure.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the lane pressure is what we see repeatedly over and over here. Emphasis being put heavily on that. You want to get a good game, not just on your carry, but on the offlaners as well, as they play very greedy, similar to a carry in a lot of these games. So having a good start on any of them and getting item progression is important.
I mean, who was it? Pure the other day playing Magnus? Who was it that was like top of the net worth?
Yep.
The carry from the offlane, basically.
Yeah, he was playing that, and he also played Axe. Definitely played in a greedy way to just build up and get really, really strong. And I like the idea overall to just play around your mid laner, and I really think that Team Spirit's draft in this game is perfect for that. They will probably do something similar.
We'll see how they execute. Game 3 coming up. First, a quick message from EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600. Cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Chat Wheel Spam with GARET and Waga as we get ourselves into Game 3 between Team Spirit and VP. All the players preparing themselves, getting themselves out across the map as the odds do tighten a little bit, getting closer and closer. These two teams have shown they can take games off each other.
Double smoke out here. We see Laurel walking up, gonna get hit by a little bit of a sticky bomb here from Techies. Wraparound play by the rest of his boys on Team Spirit though. Claiming the high ground. Noticed. Has to be careful here, not walk into everyone.
Yeah, swinging pretty wide. Standing up on top of this triangle area. Sentries at the ready to block up some of these ancient
30
camps.
seconds to battle.
Oh, nice little tree cut there by Yatoro. Hide the sentry away. That's something that Sayush Kotal is going to be hunting for the next 5 minutes. Where's this goddamn sentry ward?
Yeah, that's an annoying one to find. I think you can sneak in behind there. Like, you can still path your hero in there and see that ward, but it's not that easy to find.
Bottom rune, looks like there's going to be a fight. VP ready from the high ground to get on top of Collapse. Realizes the bounty rune's not worth it, but he has gone level 1 shockwave already, and Blinding Light will push him back into them. A bit more damage required, and the Blood Grenade will help out to try and get first blood here for Squadix, the mid laner. That's Bottle already.
Surprised that he skilled up his shockwave there and didn't get a chance to use it, of course. Skewer would definitely be able to get him to safety there, skewering up to the high ground, but gonna go down, first blood towards Squadix, and we've seen how he can play when he gets a little bit of an advantage. Last game he was very silent and didn't really have big impact at all, but a start like that feels really good on Ember.
Yeah, this is his hero. Ember Spirit, he played in Tour 1, like, 9 out of 10 games, basically, when he was allowed to get it.
He is Grandmaster after all, so expecting
True.
big things from this player.
Yeah, he's very good. Already with Flame Guard, and Sleight of Fist irritating the Storm. And looking into these side lanes. Everybody farming. Juggernaut, Storm, Magnus, all doing well. Beastmaster lagging a little bit behind. And Poshka already doing a very good job at harassing back Sayush and Noticed. And down in the bottom lane, the Collapse just spamming Shockwave and dragging his wave back.
Yeah, Yatoro being so aggressive as well, just running up, auto-attacking the Beastmaster a lot, and if his HP drops low enough, then he can die to simple spin combo there, with maybe a few right clicks.
I think they'll have Decrep spin, won't they?
Yeah, they could do that. Normally we see a lot of partners not put a single point in Decrep, but on this lane, I think having 1 point is really value.
Yeah, we've seen that 203 build, like level 3 Netherward comes in for that mid rotation. But for now, it's all about controlling camps, making sure the pull is stopped. Dire Sentry into the large camp as well. Sayush's going to try and deward it. You can take a lot of hits in the meantime, though.
Yeah, support's kind of having a 1v1, while Beastmaster and Jug are 1v1ing as well. This is pretty favoring Dire, though, overall. Juggernaut does really well when he last hits against a single hero.
And Nether Blast is always annoying.
Even the threat of the Blood Grenade there. They have Blood Grenade available in Pugna, so Beastmaster has to be careful if he gets slowed and spun on.
Come to this creep wave if you dare. Mira, sticky bomb on him. And Kiritich doesn't really want to go chasing after him. Still level 2. Spent all his spells. A gap emerging in the mid lane, though. Storm Spirit, 16-2. While Squadix, 9, now 10-2.
Yeah, Laurel starting out great here, especially against the first blood Ember Spirit. So this is with disadvantage. He is dominating the CS so far.
Yeah, denying a couple of range creeps as well. Squadix, with that first blood, still ahead in experience, though, about to crack level 4. And pretty shortly he'll have that Orb of Corrosion, which obviously helps out, just chipping away at the Storm, making him much more threatened in the lane.
Yeah. Laurel, you can't really ask for much more than what he's been doing so far there. Good job. And FNG gets skewered at the bottom.
There's a lot there. Shockwave and concussive shot after that skewer. He's just not escaping.
Yeah,
Well,
and Mira has a lot of
alone.
magic stick charges on his Skywrath as well, so even though he's low, he can probably stick around here.
Oh yeah, he's got the full one. And the blood grenade still to go. FNG really wants level 3. And collapse. Another shockwave skewer, this time under tower. And Kiratic in a lot of trouble, just getting blasted down. He realizes this is a losing fight and he'd rather just trade as best he can against the Magnus while he dies.
Yeah, it does some damage, but ring health coming in. Top, Yatro goes for a TP out there as he gets slowed by the boar and the grenade, I think. Decides to just TP to his tower again.
Yeah, because Miposhka left that lane, guarding top water rune, and actually wrapping around in onto Squadix. Lal refilled his bottle already. A big sleight of fist, fair chunk of damage. But the double refill for the Storm is huge in a lane he's already dominating.
Yeah, and still a long way to go until level 6 on this Ember, so...
But FNG's dead again. And Mira and Collapse really partnering up very well here in game 3.
Yeah, doing a great job. Mira just continuously right-clicking into the CK here, bringing his HP a little bit lower.
There's a skewer ready in 2 seconds and 6 1 charges for Collapse. And Kira just kind of cutting that one close. Another concussive shot. Collapse thinking about it, but can't get close enough for the shockwave skewer play.
They're doing a great job keeping him back. CK just wants to non-stop auto-attack creep so he can build up his HP, but not being allowed to do so. As we see, supports fighting to prevent or to achieve stacks in the jungle here. Miposhka continuously on this, not allowing the Beastmaster to get these massive stacks this time. Again, drops another sentry, kills the enemy sentry. This is like the 3rd time they've ward or de-ward this spot.
So they use the Hawk to see the sentry ward, huh?
Yep.
One way to find it. Yeah, funny little battles being fought across the field. Guarding the stacks, the most important thing on the map.
Yeah, but they haven't achieved any yet, so it's a good job stopping it mid.
Yeah, I mean, Kotal came in to refill Squadix, pops his wand, runs it back. And still being chased down by Mira here with the arcane bolts. That should finish him off. Mira dead. Ooh!
Squadix.
Doesn't kill Squadix. And he placed an observer ward right in front of the tower. I don't know if he's trying to tank tower hits or get vision or both. But neither pays off.
That was such a nice move by Squadix. He threw a remnant and jumped through the bolts. Not dying to the Kotal or the Skywrath. They're overcommitted. Now he comes back.
Yeah, the slight. Illuminate. Lal, still level 5. Can't escape. Squadix with some outplays.
Man, he's pulling out some good moves right now. I really love what I'm seeing here. That was 2v3 essentially, right? Because there are 2 supports invested as well in this. Bottom lane now, we see a 1v2 situation. Because of that, as FNG can focus on helping his CK get some lane domination back here against this Magnus, who doesn't have Vanguard yet.
Yeah, I wonder now, is he not just going to go for it? He's queued up treads.
I don't
They're going to
know.
get gone on still. Skewer back with a sticky bomb. Mira trying to help out onto the CK. A shockwave and the death of the Magnus.
I'm confused actually. I'm not sure about this Ring of Health only build. He's going for Power Cuts and Wraith Band it looks like, but not going for the full Vanguard. If you're going for the Ring of Health, it's not a big investment to get to that Vanguard, and it really adds a lot of survivability. Soon there's going to be a CK ulti as well that you could block. So I'm a bit confused. Haven't seen too many people do this type of build.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is he wants to be scaling, so he's buying the treads, and he knows he wants to buy a pipe
I think
with the Ring of Health.
I think it's like this. He was doing really well in lane, and he felt Vanguard is too passive for how well we're doing.
Well, he might be dying again. Oh, he might be skewering the CK onto tower. Illuminate flies across. Kiratic still in a spot of danger. Mira unloading a lot of magic damage and silencing him up, but both him and FNG will survive.
Super low HP though, and they come in with the Ember.
Oh yeah, quick snipe on the Scarth Mage. Places
Great.
an observer ward in his dying breath.
Like a grenade sounds like a small firework being used like a block away or something. It's really not as loud as you'd expect it to be, but it's a small little sound effect. Pop.
Just someone chewing bubblegum and pops the bubble.
Yeah, really.
A tiny little noise. Yeah, it needs to be much more impactful, the amount of stuff it does. Team Spirit putting some emphasis on the bottom lane. Yeah. Haste the Storm down here, and FNG's pretty low. Twin Gate is available. Skewer in. Collapse. I'm thinking about the RP. And the Storm Spirit going to simply take down the Keeper of the Light. Well, the RP is expended. Kiritich being bullied back. A good blast off from FNG with a roar on the Storm. I don't know if they've got the damage to kill him. Lol, this time around, going to ball down to low ground and TP out. Well, the CK dies, and Skyrim's Mage going to find FNG.
Clean up.
A double kill for Mira. Notice, chuck some axes at them, but he's already TP'd out back to his tier 1. Yeah. Squadix going to be hunting Mira now.
He's been spotted though. The ward sees him, so he's going to dodge on Mira, not running back, instead going for the very corner.
And the scan misses. Now it turns red and they're like, guys, we missed him.
Yeah, he's still there. They're somewhere there. Also, their ward that they have on the portal is spotted by a sentry as well. So Dire can get the D ward there. That was a really good turn of events though for Team Spirit, as Yatro was just farming during this, and they invested a lot of heroes rotations on the side of VP.
I noticed he did lose his courier, so Cornucopia was delayed by a couple of minutes, but now that and the broadsword coming out to him. Getting very quickly to the Battle Fury.
He's working his way there. For now, VP, Ember on mid lane getting jumped.
Yeah, they do get the Ancient Seal on him as well, so that allows the Storm to open up a bit more damage and finish him off.
Oh,
now it's closely timed.
Dies to the Pogna level 1 ward. He tried to activate his Remnant there. Dies to damage taken.
Yeah, there's been some close-fought battles. Squadix really is lifting the world on his shoulders in this game, though, and every kill on him matters so much for Team Spirit to really pivot these little kills into much more.
Yeah, good job by Team Spirit to make that rotation. Now, meanwhile, Collapse is farming up. He has the power threads, and as we said, skipping Vanguard, going for a Blink Dagger early here. Looks like his build. So not going Echo Saber, not going for the typical stuff. Wants that Blink. That's what he's known for, getting those grabs on people with his Magnus.
Yeah, Blink Initiation, pretty key. Especially when you're up against these heroes like Ember Spirit and CK. Who can be either too slippery or too tanky. Cottle right now, his job looks like is to follow the Ember Spirit around and replenish his mana as often as possible. Build up a few stacks.
Yeah,
It's been a sad sign for the Beastmaster though. He's got a couple of ancient stacks, but no time to farm them yet.
Yeah, he's not really ramped up the way we have seen it before. And he's being run at a little bit here as well.
And not just from one angle. Yatro from the southeast, but you also see these two Smoke Spirit heroes, 3 in fact, of the Storm, looking to grab Squadix, but he remnants away quickly. This time he's out of there until Lol makes the secondary jump, but Squadix doesn't have another escape mechanism, leading to a kill on Sayush too.
Again dies to that Pugna ward, always trying to jump out in the last second, activating the Fire Remnant, but dying to the damage. And topping off the Storm entirely there, the gas station is up and running. Now gonna steal the enemy stacks.
Can you still deny yourself with life drain?
Oh,
you
yeah.
can, right?
Yeah, you just keep sucking and you die.
Oh, we're partially gonna have to be careful with that, but then it just goes to life drainer. Neutral camp, back to full HP.
Ember, back to mid lane.
Magnus close to that blink, and we can see the odd shift as Team Spirit have made their mark on this game. Ember Spirit silenced, might be dead again. Gets out of Sleight of Fist, a Remnant to jump away. No further control.
Finally,
Sketchy
he gets
stuff,
out. Last 2 engagements, he just barely got brought down, but this time gets away. Storm, though, back to full mana again from the service of the Pugna.
I mean, they just jump on Squadix once more. Concussive shots flying, doesn't go to him, but the Storm zips in, finds yet another kill. Techie's in trouble now as another Ball Lightning gets Lal a bit of distance. In the river, though, the CK aiming for Mira. FNG picked off, and the Scarlet doesn't die. Mira's still alive. They're hunting for Lal in the back. Wild Axe is out of notice. Finally putting his nonsense to an end.
Notice just adds a Storm Spirit to his farm rotation here. He's going from camp to camp farming. He's like, yep, I can throw axes over there. That's going to put him all the way towards his Aghanims in just 40 gold now. So that's going to ramp up his game a little bit. Meanwhile, though, ramping up the game is also what's happening for Juggernaut as Battle Fury is being delivered just now. So his farm is going to get all that much faster.
Yeah, it just feels like this Ember Spirit is like a child touching a stovetop, you know? Like, it's hot, be careful. Goes back in again, it's still hot. It's still a stovetop, be careful.
I don't know what
Finally,
kind of a
it cools
child you
down
were,
a little bit, but
I touched the stovetop once, I was like, never again.
you got to keep testing it. Science, you know? Is it still hot?
Yes.
Team Spirit not going to relieve any of this pressure. Smoke again. Who are they going to find?
He's low
Noticed.
HP on the beast.
Half health, and look at the storm right on top of him. No time to roar. Killed off quickly. And an invisible Mystic Flare, as we love to see.
Yeah, I think it's some weird bug, man. A lot of the times when you're casting, it's invisible, but I think for spectators at least, or for the camera, it seems like it's working. This big stack, though, ooh, it's also gonna be invisible next time Beastmaster comes here to check where it is. It's gonna be gone.
Oh no. That's not good for VP.
We saw this last game too. Team Spirit invading, taking away the enemy ancient stacks. They're really abusing the way that VP just want to play on their own ancients.
This side of the map doesn't belong to you anymore. Wisdom Rune's gone, stacks are gone. Collapse clearing through the large camp now, and tier 2 about to fall to Nether Blast.
It's just dying.
Over here now.
VP bring numbers here to defend it.
Yeah, they're gonna get out, not getting greedy for it. It was just one blast more to kill it, but they can always come back to finish that at some point.
Yeah, but now you've got this level 4 Empower, Battle Fury Juggernaut, already at 8k net worth, with, what, 2 ancient camps? One of them is stacked, the entire bottom lane and bottom jungle to play into. That's kind of why I like Kiritich here playing kind of forward, out on his own. It's risky, but he's making sure he's getting farm and denying Jug from his.
Yeah, I think it's probably important that you start doing something more active than just farming on CK. As we see a pick off top on Pugna, they get something going their way. I just think even though you're trying to farm up and stay relevant on CK, no matter how hard you farm, you're not going to be faster than this Juggernaut. And you kind of have to make moves, take towers, open up the map more, and get control. That's the only way you're going to be able to stay relative here.
You're never catching up to him. There's always going to be a couple of creeps ahead.
Yep.
And now mid-tier 1 for Spirit.
That tier 1 tower is being blasted and nobody coming to defend, so Catapult, along with the push, gonna be an easy tower. Meanwhile, top VP, they do have a Catapult and they're sieging with Beast, but it's scary to commit under tower against this Storm. They know he can always come in and just punish. Is he gonna get a Power Rune as well? He gets a Rune Ball and Arcane Rune.
Oh,
It's a fantastic find for him.
that's what Lal wanted to see with his Kai Sange.
He's so ready to fight.
And Collapse has Blink RP as well. If someone shows, they're just getting skewered into tower. Squadix and FNG, they're in behind enemy lines looking for courier snipes and clearing out any of these neutral camps that are left to them. Maybe even cutting that mid-wave as well. It looks like Squadix is prepping for. Wisdom Rune on the right side is still there. Yatra is going to come across. Oh, very nice.
Passing by the gate, the Lord of the Rings gate right there. Speak Melon and you can enter a different game.
Yatra's changing his build. He's not going Manta this time. He's going...
No, this is standard. This is standard for Juggernaut when you're against something that's not Manta safety. Basically, Beastmaster, BKB piercing, Manta doesn't save you. You want status rest.
That's off the spin. Roar is down.
fine.
A bit of physical damage. It looks like Yatra is okay. Omni Slash at the ready and a Storm Zip in allows the Juggernaut to get on top of Notice. Clear through him and FNG caught out as well. Squadix does look towards Yatro and kills him off with Kiritich, but Lal out of mana now. Turned around on by the rest of VP. Bombs are dropped. 2 core kills potentially coming. The Blink RP from Collapse though. Back and forth in this fight. Getting a little bit sloppy though as VP the ones to look to retreat, but Mira's there with a backstab silence. Kills off another.
And
That's
look,
3 core kills.
look at top. Pugna finally gets to finish that tower. That's why he didn't join the fight. He had his eyes set on a different price. It's a tier 2, but yeah, that's a fantastic fight. on the back of the Juggernaut Omni Slash there. He doesn't get bursted if he just gets to spin out, stays alive long enough, doesn't take the massive amount of damage from the Aghanims. Of course, he's taking some damage, but it's 80% magic resistance when you use Blade Fury. So you're essentially magic immune.
Well, they've glyphed the bottom wave, so FNG couldn't clear it. Poor little fella. Ride your elephant back home to safety, buddy.
Yeah, we see a top off here for Laurel, full mana. Has the shield rune as well.
Man, didn't feel like it was the best place for VP to be fighting either, down in like bottom right corner. Like, okay, your CK's there and farming, you're connecting with him. Also an indicator that maybe Kiritich needs to be elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, they just needed to make some move, right? That's why I was calling that they have to kind of stack the cards in their own favor. They can't just have a farm trade against the Juggernaut. So either gank him or, you know, kill his team or open up the map, take more towers. You got to get ahead somehow. So attempting to gank Juggernaut, I like the idea. I like the thought process behind it, but ultimately they got punished hard and it didn't work out. And now 12k net worth on the Jug. Most farmed is 9k on Beastmaster on the side of VP.
Collapse. What are you doing down there? Just going for a one. Oh, he's looking for FNG. That's what he's doing.
He knows.
FNG techies has been like clearing waves and being a nuisance.
Yeah, he's scouting with the couriers too. He finds him now.
Hello. Blast off. Has a TP and he's going to try it, but Lal is on his tail.
Not happy about FNG and his sneaky shenanigans here. He's stopping them from pushing tower, right? He's killing the creep wave, so that stops them from putting pressure on tier 2 tower.
Funny little guy. I need to buy time here for VP to get their BKB on Ember Spirit. Pipe done for notice, so little power spikes for this Beastmaster coming up little by little.
Yeah,
Chaos Knight, of course, going to be able to disassemble his Echo Saber to get BKB soon.
He's getting some safety. I think the magic damage block obviously amazing against Sky, Pugna, and the Storm, but the physical damage from this Butterfly soon Juggernaut not too far away.
Yeah, smoke from Spirit. Troll and close in on noticed. Another long zip from Lal. Gets on top of the Beastmaster. And easy as you like. Just spin him down. Doesn't even bother spending the raw. Just pops the pipe and realizes he dies.
He got silenced by the Skywrath anyway there, so didn't have a chance to. And now the Tormentor is up. And in 30 seconds, Wisdom Runes. Yatoro might be going for a steal here. Looks like he wants to go and push top wave, maybe take Tormentor, control the area, take enemy Ancients. This is a tough spot to be in if you're VP.
It is. I mean, they're pulling out all the stops, wave cutting, getting in behind, you know, getting these deep wards down. It's just what timing are you playing towards? Like you've been saying, the CK is always going to be behind the Jug in terms of farm. The matchup isn't that great. What is this one key pivotal moment for VP that they're extending the game for?
They're warding up, trying to go for Roche, but they all walked by a ward. The sneaky ward by Dire behind them has revealed all of this. This could be a terrible time for VP again. A Spirit already reacting, playing behind the Storm. Coming down here. They see them, smoke up.
They know exactly what's coming.
Juggernaut is on their high ground, so he's saying, guys, just back, let me push. Let me cook over here. This is gonna be easy. And VP, they have to TP base.
They even pull. They half pull the creep wave into large camp. Trying to force VP to make a decision. A long zip across Squadic. Cancels his TP. Courier down and Lal low mana. High ground still being pushed by Yatoro. And they're one TP down. A remnant out from Squadix. Does get him a bit of distance, but look at Collapse. He's there with a skewer. And the silence perfectly done. Predicts the movement, gets on top of him. And you're losing your barracks to Yatoro at top.
Yeah, he's just calmly hitting base here. He got tier 3, he got range racks. Meanwhile, his team is also winning the team fights. VP were under a lot of stress there. And no real solution for them. Butterfly now complete. Juggernaut TP's mid. He likes going for buildings. Can go straight down here, and any form of Roche attempt was completely thwarted by... All of this comes from the one Observer ward, though. Shout out to Mira for the placement of that one, because it revealed everything VP was trying to do. The fact that they showed their smoke, too.
Radiant's
so good.
middle tower has fallen.
It's like, yeah, Team Spirit setting up like a royal fork. You know, they get the check on the king. They've
Oh,
also
yeah.
got that pivot into a queen. It's like, what can you do? You're in a shit spot. You can't actually get out of this.
Not just a fork, but a skewer, if you will. Perhaps.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That's
under
nasty
attack.
stuff. Right there, 14k lead now. I mean, Yatoro is at 17,000 net worth. He's like 2 items ahead of his counterpart in the CK. And it should be a pretty simple Roche if they decide just to go into the pit and take it.
I think there's no way that VP can make it over there to try and contest it. They do have the TP spot, of course, and they did shove top all the way, but CK has no ulti, just used his Phantasm to push the top tower. And this should be an easy claim on the Aegis. I wonder who they give it to. Maybe Juggernaut and push Hagron with him, just sit behind. But of course, Storm with Aegis, it's so good. Looks like it's going to be Yatoro, and he is going to be the win condition here.
And it's put him on top of the ramp. Let him hit buildings. They're going through the twin gate to head to top as well.
Dire's
Dire don't have too much vision up here. Won't be
They
able
have
to
an
find
Arcane
FNG.
Rune Storm, though. Don't have vision, but you can just zip in.
Yeah. 1 zip, 2 zip, 3 zip, and Beastmaster caught out. Ancient Seal is coming. Not a chance in the world for Notice to get out of here.
Yeah, and top him off with a bit of drain here, Pugna. And give him the service. This
Kakoi
is so
cringe.
disgusting, this combo,
is
man.
under attack.
I just realized what that chat wheel line means. What a cringe. Yatoro dragged back by Reality Rift, and yeah, no fucks given. They drag Kiritich out of the base. Glimmer kept up for the meantime. Collapse was thinking about reverse polarity in there, but he's holding on for a bigger move. Meanwhile, LOL has found FNG. 2 heroes down on VP's side, and again their base being pushed in.
Yeah, Spirits, they still... Oh, commit
Hello?
to the Omni, but Glimmer stops that.
Get some out of there. Tier 3 still in danger though. A Reality Rift from Kiritich. Phantasm out at half HP. The illusions disappear and now Collapse gets himself a little harpoon skewer play, but the BKB's up for the CK now. Tanking through a lot of this damage with his Crimson
Healing
Guard
ward.
though. Collapse has the healing ward and now an RP onto the 2 of them. Yatoro can cleave them into pieces. Ember's dead for 45 with no buyback, and Beastmaster is in serious danger.
All 3 cores are down, and I don't see any way you stop this. And same for VP, they just say GG. You have bested us this time, and it's going to be Team Spirit who take game 3 here in a very dominant fashion. And we see exactly why Yatoro on his Juggernaut, even though he had a kind of silent game, being only 4 kills, 1 death, and 3 assists, he did have the biggest impact, I would say, out of every player, just by the pressure he was putting, by how strong he was, by the threat that he's outscaling everyone. It's a silent impact, but it's there. And the fact that he went for Rax there when the enemy tried Roche was just a genius move. They didn't have a good solution for it, and everyone ended up getting picked up by Laurel and Collapse meanwhile.
Yeah, I mean, so much for a close game 3 though.
Yeah, no, that
Team
was
Spirit.
that was too one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, glorious stuff. So they take it 2-1. So 2 series wins so far and 2 or 3 for them. And VP now, I believe, at 1 and 2 after dropping a series to BetBoom. Now Spirit and winning their games against Hydra. Things are starting to get a little bit spicy. All 3 of these top teams undefeated, getting themselves into the spots that we expect them to be in. But we're now pretty much halfway through Tour 3. Still 5-6 days of games to play. But that rounds things up for today, Waga. And we've got a day break before we return. 27th, so the Saturday, we'll have 2 series. Spirit against Namiga and Hydra against Walakum Ni Hao. Try and find out how the middle of the table pans out. Oh, there's a 3rd series. Sorry, 9 Pandas against BetBoom. The 3rd series of the day, which is going to be a very, very interesting one.
Yeah, we have a lot of exciting games. Now we're kind of hitting this, crucial point of the DPC, sort of midway through. For some teams, though, it's still in the early phase. As Team Spirit, they only have played 2 series, like you said, and they did win both of them. But if the first series, they looked a little bit like they were still, asleep, kind of awakening against Dualacum. Nihao didn't really perform that well in that series. Then in this series, game 1 looked really risky. Like, wait, are they really in shape here? But game 2 and 3, they're starting to get stronger and stronger. I feel like they're evolving here as we're progressing through it. And that's going to work out perfectly for them if they play up against 9 Pandas, Bet Boom. They want to be in shape and ready. And I feel like they're just evolving as we go through here.
Yeah, because all of Team Spirit's like harder matches are definitely towards the tail end. Yeah, Bet Boom on the 30th of May, so in what, 5 days, and Spirit on the 3rd of June. So they've got a bit of time there to build things up, get that momentum going. But like I said, that rounds things up for today. Thanks all for tuning in and watching, as we'll close out for today, a break day tomorrow, and then come back on Saturday. We'll see you then.